Day 2 of the impeachment witch hunt. Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned.
If our chief representative is kneecapped, it limits our effectiveness to safeguard the vital national security interests of the United States.
Oh, so she wants to play. We have two proof positives that day 1 of the impeachment inquiry did not go anything like Democrats had hoped and like the lying legacy corporate corrupt mainstream media had hyped up and built up. Proof number 1, we have the Massachusetts governor throwing his hat in the ring to run on the DNC nomination to be president. What's significant about that? When you have 8 that have just dropped out in recent weeks, well, they know they can't beat this president. They don't have the candidate that can beat Donald Trump. So it all hinges on the impeachment. But it was obvious it was so dull, so boring, so lackluster, and the only headlines came from the fact that the Republicans, i.e. Jim Jordan, were able to punch so many holes in what Mr. Taylor had to say that there was a closed-door meeting, and I am sure some of their Hollywood liberal elite friends passing on some needed tips to the DNC. You gotta give us something here. You gotta get something that can be spun into a headline, i.e. here comes Marie Yovanovich, who no doubt was probably prepped by the Schiff team, although they would deny actually prepping her. You gotta say something that immediately CNN and NBC and everybody can pounce on. So here comes the kneecap comment.
If our chief representative is kneecapped, it limits our effectiveness to safeguard the vital national security interests of the United States.
So, conjuring up images of The Sopranos and The Godfather, she got kneecapped. Well, let's back up a little earlier in her opening statement. She said that she was absolutely undermined by people within the Trump administration. That's code for Rudy Giuliani. That she was undermined, that she was accused of things that she didn't do, and she has this stellar, impeccable record, and now because the president is listening to the wrong people, he's doing the wrong things.
Individuals who apparently felt stymied by our efforts to promote stated U.S. policy against corruption, that is, to do our mission, were able to successfully conduct a campaign of disinformation against a sitting ambassador using unofficial back channels.
Myself and others like Rush Limbaugh, we called this from day 1. This is members within the State Department, individuals within the deep state who are not elected. Most people don't even know who they are, but somehow these nerds think they are the absolute be-all and end-all when it comes to American diplomacy and foreign policy. Here's the real kicker. Constitutionally speaking, it's the president's job. And again, because the deep state does not like the fact that the American people rose up and rather than following the prescribed script, doing what you were told to do, you actually sought that you were we the people? How dare you elect Donald Trump? So there has been a coup launched since day 1 that President Donald J. Trump won the election. And it's all been orchestrated within the deep state. Team Hillary part of it, Team Obama part of it, and yes, those suits, not the troops, the suits within our intelligence community and our State Department, these career politicians who have been there since time began, been there since Noah parked the ark. These people think they, not you and I, not we the people, and certainly not the president, they run the country. What is their claim? Why, he's following unofficial protocol and unofficial channels. Whatever the president decides to make official, that's what's official, not what you guys have always done. Now, the president tweeted out that wherever she has served, it has ended in disaster. She is the reverse of the Midas touch, which immediately Adam Schiff pounced on that tweet, stating that the president is now engaging in witness intimidation.
But we saw today intimidation in real time by the President of the United States, going after this dedicated and respected career public servant.
Well, I will say this, Adam Schiff has been able to breathe some life into his hearings. No doubt this will be enough for Nancy Botox Pelosi to call off the dogs and not end this public hearing. There'll be enough headlines to be able to spin on this throughout the weekend to give it some life and more hyperbole going into Monday. But the honest, simple truth is, this Marie Yovanovich, or Yovanovich, or however it is that you say her name, she is what she is. She is the ilk. She is the problem. Why, she's worked for both Republicans and Democrats, and you heard she has a stellar record. No. If she actually had a stellar record, she would be of no use to the DNC. She is a willing puppet, a willing dupe. It'll be interesting to see how the Republicans tear into her, and of course, we'll have something to say about that. That said, all of this circus going on, this dog and pony show, it's all meant to detract you from the truth and to detract you from the obvious, which Representative Jim Jordan said so eloquently, forcefully, passionately, truthfully, constitutionally on Wednesday.
There is one witness that they won't bring in front of us. They won't bring in front of the American people. And that's the guy who started it all, the whistleblower. Nope. 435 members of Congress. Only one gets to know who that person is. Only one member of Congress has a staff that gets to talk to that person. The rest of us don't. Only chairmanship knows who the whistleblower is. We don't. We will never get the chance. We will never get the chance to see the whistleblower raise his right hand, swear to tell the truth and nothing but the truth. We'll never get that chance. More importantly, the American people won't get that chance. This anonymous so-called whistleblower with no first-hand knowledge, who's biased against the president, who worked with Joe Biden, who is the reason we're all sitting here today, will never get a chance to question that individual. Democrats are trying to impeach the president based on all that. 11 and a half months before an election. We'll not get to check out his credibility, his motivations, his bias. I said this last week, but this is a sad day. This is a sad day for this country. You think about what the Democrats have put our nation through for the last 3 years. Started July of 2016 when they spied on 2 American citizens associated with the presidential campaign, and all that unfolded with the Mueller investigation after that. And when that didn't work, here we are. Based on this. The American people see through all this. They understand the facts support the president. They understand this process is unfair. And they see through the whole darn sham. With that, I yield back.
And there you have it. And by the way, back to Adam Schiff for brains. This guy wouldn't know the truth if he fell over it. He can't talk about integrity because he has no personal experience with it. He is an unmitigated, proven liar. And he was given what he needed. He's got enough to make a couple of headlines. But just remember this. A lie has speed. Truth has endurance. That's it for this rant. Hey, stay tuned right here. We're going to keep you up to date. Make sure that you are complaining loud and proud that YouTube needs to stop shadow banning this channel. Make sure you're a subscriber. Smack the bell for my next rant.